Now, you should, in fact, all be able to see my screen. Great. Let me know, in fact, one more time if you can see my screen. Great. Fantastic. All right, let's get right into it then. Okay, so to start, this is in fact the new interface. So this is how your new CleanCloud account is going to look like. I'm going to start by how, in fact, you are going to be able to switch from V1 to V2. So it's in fact, what you're going to see is it's in your admin section in your store settings. And in your store settings, it is basically, I'm going to switch just to V1 quickly so you can see it even better. Okay, so I'm here in V1. So I'd go to settings, admin, store settings, scroll down to the very bottom of the page, and then select 2.0 and update. So this is the first step. This is the first step that you're going to need to do. And once you've done that, obviously you're going to have V2 on your screen. Now, some things will have changed. And in fact, the display of your icons will have changed. So just so that you get that right and everything looks nice and neat and you can restore that clear perspective, let's say, you have on your screen, I would recommend first, in fact, changing the background color of your product icons. And to do that, you would go to Menu, which is now, in fact, displaying on the top left of your screen. And then you go to Admin. You go to here to New Order Page. And then here where it says Product Button Color Style, you select Full Background Color. Once you do that, as always, you know the drill, click on Update, and you'll see now what's happened. So this will just fill up the blank space which will be left when you move to V2. You'll see that the product icons have a blank background. This makes it look a lot nicer. So definitely follow this first step. And then for the second part of this, you'll also notice the fact that we have some new product icons, new and improved. So you can add those too. And to do that, you would just want to go to your product section, which is now in Menu. And then you scroll down to Products. And then just make sure to click on the edit pencil at the right-hand side. And then this will allow you to add the relevant button image. We have got many, many, many more than we used to have on V1. So you should be able to find most, if not all, of the relevant icons and just apply those to each item that you would like to have an image for. Okay, so that being said, you've got the products therefore that configured. Let's have a look, in fact, now at some of the new ways in which information is displayed in CleanCloud. So as I said earlier on, we've got the menu icon now appearing on the top left. You might have noticed, in fact, that we have divided the search section and the invoice section. And we've also got the plant section appearing here in the menu drop-down as well. So in fact, with the search before, you'd obviously have the invoice option in there. You'd be able to search for it. Now, as you can see, that is not an option from here. You would just go to Menu and Invoice. And from here, you would be able to select the relevant invoice you are looking for and do everything as you used to do with V1. And with the plant mode, on the other hand, you're going to need to, well, granted that you have activated already the plant mode and you're already using the plant mode, I'll just go over that quickly, just in case you don't know where to go. That's Menu Admin, Plant Factory Settings. Make sure that Activate Plant Mode is enabled. And when you have done that and updated, you'll see that plant option appearing from the menu drop-down, which is now here. Now, in fact, I'm going to also go back to the product section we were on before. And you might have noticed that the display is a lot neater. We've got the tabs over here for each section. You can also, in fact, change around some things. We've got some new updates regarding the product list as well. One very popular request was this over here, where we can now edit a product and make it either visible or not online. So if you have certain products that you would like your customers to not see online, because usually otherwise by default, it used to be that all of the products that you had on your screen would be visible to all your customers signing up on the app. And I am talking about pickups and deliveries exclusively here. So if you don't have that, no need to worry. If you do offer a pickup and delivery service, just so you know, you can untick the online option to make that item not available to see by your customers who are going to be making orders online with you. Also, we've got another cool feature here, which is in the inventory section, which is basically the ability to just delete the inventory. That was something that was not available on V1. So if you want to be able to just delete any inventory item, feel free to do so just by clicking on the bin icon. I can just do that, in fact, from here, and then click on OK. Now, also here in the product section, you'll see that here at the top it says the default price list, and we've added a cool feature for the price list as well, just to make sure that when you are creating a new price list, that you can apply changes to the prices in a much faster way. So, for example, if I click on here, these are all the prices that we've created in our CleanCloud test account. As you can see, we have been demoing many customers, so we've added quite a few. And if I go here to add a new price list, I can now obviously name the price list from here. And then if I just put in a number from here, I could put 1.2 to add a 20% increase to the usual or default price list. I could add 0.8 to put a 20% discount, and 0.6 obviously 40% discount. So you just need to input the right number, and then all of the default prices are going to change accordingly. So if I put here 1.2 just to increase them by 20%, and then I add price list, all of those prices would have changed. Now, some people wonder, when I make a change to all of the prices for the price list, does that mean that I have to apply only 20%? I can't change around some individual items? You absolutely are able to change around individual items still. As you can see, we are currently on the webinar price list, indicated from here. And if I just wanted to change around anything, I could go to the edit pencil and change around that specific price. So I could go 980, for example, here. I could put 10 here, and so on and so forth. So feel free to still change around any individual prices once you have already, added a 20% increase or a 20% decrease, for example, to your price list. Now, that being said, let's go back to the new order screen, the landing page. Now, one of the big changes we have added to this page, to the new order screen, is in fact the information is displaying a lot more clearly. It's a lot less clogged, let's say, generally. But you'll also notice that on the bottom right-hand corner, we have an upwards facing arrow now. With this upwards facing arrow, I can add additional details to an order. And in fact, I could set it as a pickup, a delivery. I could select the notification method from here. I could also add the ready by date from here. And I could also add photos to garments, for instance, as well, if you just want to track those from when you've received them until the last stage when you then give it back to the customer. Now, some people wonder, though, about this page. Do I have to come to this page and change this around every time? Absolutely not. Usually, if everything is set up correctly, you would already have your preferred notification method. You would also have a default ready by date, meaning that, whether that's 2 days or 3 days or however long it takes you to process the order, you would already have that set up. So this is more for changing around details for one specific order. Also, bear in mind this, that if you also have the express feature here at the top right now. So if I just enable that, all of the relevant prices from that price list would be applied. And if in your default settings, you applied a specific date by which express orders will be ready, then that would also be displaying below over here. So for instance, as you can see, it's saying Tuesday, 22nd of October, where there's the submit button. that's displaying the correct default date for an express order as we configured it beforehand. If you don't know, I'll show you how to configure that very quickly. I'll go here to Menu, Admin, New Order Page. And here's where you'll be able to set up all your defaults. You've got the default ready by date. In my case, it's 1 day excluding Sunday. I can put a ready by time, or you could just put none if you wish. And if it's an express order, you could change it to the default to today as well. And then the notification method too. So like I said, you would want to set these up just so that you don't have to change them around for each individual order and have your staff spend more time dealing with that process. Make sure obviously to hit the update button afterwards, just so that you save those changes. Now, a couple of really useful resources we have is we now have, for example, some video tutorials. We have also the self-guided tours, which you would be able to take advantage of or share with your staff, in fact. And there's going to be specific content that relates more to the administrative perspective. And there's going to be content more related to your staff, which for their daily orders and their daily workflow. To be able to access all of this, you just go to here at the top right hand corner. There is a compass icon. You click on that, and you get the option here to go through our self-guided tours. I'll just show you an example of that. I could go create an order, and it tells you exactly what to do. Start by entering the name of the customer. And then I just click on next. Let's add 3 products to this order, and it'll tell you to add the shirts, for example, 1, 2, 3. Next. And it just basically guides them along this way. If you don't want them to do this, you can also just show them the video tutorials, which describe in detail every section of most sections, let's say, of our software. We've got the new order screen in detail, every single part of it, the life cycle of an order, products and prices, metrics, staff management, etc., etc. I would say, though, if you're looking to have your staff trained, you can share with them the new order and the life cycle of an order, as that will relate to their daily workflow. Most of the other sections are for administrative purposes, things you'll have to set up on the back end. So feel free to look at those if there's anything you're curious about. And yes, you've always got access to these from the compass icon on the top right. Okay, now that being said, let's cover some new features. And I want to start by showing you the search magnifying glass here at the top. And the cool thing about this is now I can type in, for example, let's say if I type in the name of Giuseppe over here and search, even though I was on the new order screen, it brought me straight to the ready page where I can locate Giuseppe's order. So I don't have to just filter from above in the relevant section. So for example, in clean and ready, you would have the filter box here, right? I could obviously still do that. I could filter by phone number, email, name here. And I could also do that on the clean page. But now I also have the added benefit of being able to search for an order from here as well. And it will bring you then to the relevant page. We've also now got one of our newest features is the inbox. And this is really cool because it allows you to communicate directly with your customers. So if you're emailing your customers or you're sending SMSs out, your customers will have the ability to reply, and you'll be able to see all of the communications with a specific customer from this page. Now, the only thing is that regarding the SMSs, it gets slightly tricky, only because we do not offer this service in every single country. So please reach out to us if you're wondering if the ability to receive SMSs back from your customers is available in your country. So just please reach out to us regarding that. You know the drill, support at clean.cloud or contact us via the help desk. Either way is absolutely fine. And we'll be able to let you know and get you set up with that, and provide you obviously with more information. But as you can see, we've got the reply button over here. This is an email. I could easily just reply to this, type in the message, hi, send, and that would essentially allow me to quickly reply to an email. So this is the inbox feature. You can also print out your communications with the customer whenever you see the printer icon, as is the case over here. Now I want to show you a feature about the auto refresh tables. So if I go to menu, I go to admin, and I go to store settings, I can set this up so that, for example, every 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes, the tables on the clean and the ready page refresh. Now, this is particularly useful as that means that you don't then have to refresh the page yourself. And as the orders, say, come in from the pickup and delivery app, those would be updated on your page every minute or so. It's also very useful if you've got multiple stations. You've got various people connected. Everybody gets the correct information updated on their clean or ready pages every minute or so, or however much you configure it. Again, make sure that once you do this, to hit update to save those changes. Also, just so you can see the auto refresh, well, the auto refresh obviously will be happening, like I said, on the clean and ready pages. If you want to refresh it yourself, you can just click on this refresh button on the top right-hand corner, and it will do that for you. Great. Now, we also have another feature which is related to splitting orders. And for example, you can actually do this at the store and at the plant. The way it works is very, very similar. I'll just show you briefly how to set this up if you are splitting orders. This is if there is any delay to an order. It can be very useful. It's also useful if, for example, let's say you are a dry cleaner and you take in alteration orders, but those go off site. You could also find this feature useful for that too. If I go here to menu, admin, and then I go to clean page, what you need to do here is where it says track progress of individual garments, to select here individual garments, update. And now when I go to the clean page, for example, I can click on an order on the order details, say for this order. Just go to a better example. Need to refresh this, bear with me. Okay, let's do it here. Great. So for this order, for example, I want to, let's say, split the order so that the skirt and the dress get delayed, for example, and divided into another ticket. So I could just tick the boxes. I could say that this is these two items are going to be ready on Saturday, or let's actually say Friday. And I could also add notes for that new order as well. If there's anything I need to note here, I could say alteration store, for example, split. And then as you can see here, it's changed the ready by date. It's opened, it's created a new order, and it's also created a new order ID as well. Okay, and it should be 3651 it has created. We have a lot of orders here, so it's not appearing at the very top because these orders here at the top are the delayed ones, but it has appeared here. If I'm not mistaken, it's 3651. Yes, this is it. So here we go. We put the skirt and the dress, and we've got the information added there. And as you can see, it's divided it into another order. Now, let's go and have a look also at some new reports. And in fact, while we are on this clean page, we're already on the correct page to start showing you the first report. If I go here and I go to clean report, this is where I can get a section breakdown of the section with the amount of items for that section that require processing for the day, with obviously all the other days ahead as well. And if I scroll down even more, I get to see for each day the exact individual items with the quantities that need to be processed. You can, in fact, print this out if you want as well. Also from here, I could see any orders cleaned today or yesterday. For example, these, I could print those out too. And if I go to the ready page, from here I could also see the completed today, the orders completed today. Print those out as well. This is just so you can keep track of everything. And also I'm going to show you a report in our metrics page. So if I go to menu metrics, we now have a popular days report. So I'm going to scroll down. This is really useful for you guys because you're going to be able to see the day and the times at which you're receiving most business as well. So you can also, if you realize that you have a high amount of customers during a specific day and a certain time, you can deal with that and arrange things with your staff accordingly. So this is also a good feature for that too. We've also added the ability to add a third tax. So if you go to the admin section in the store settings, we can add a third tax now. Before there were two that you could add. Probably you're not too enthusiastic about this one, but it is available if you want. And you can also now set up repeat delivery dates, whereas before it was only repeat pickup dates. And I can show you where to do that. So for instance, let's say for customer Giuseppe, I would click on the upwards facing arrow. I would set the pickup and the delivery here. I'd set the pickup date, let's say for Tuesday, starting from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Repeat pickup, I need to enable that switch. Frequency every week is perfect until I cancel it. If not, it will keep on going every week, so that's great. And here we go, set repeat delivery date. I could say 3 days from the pickup. And only for the first order, you also need to configure the ready by date here. So for instance, if it's 3 days, in this case, we set up Friday. And then once we've done that, we can just close this and submit the order. So that's been pretty much that. Now, I would like to, in fact, show you also our updates log. So for all of the changes we've been making since February to the software, you can have a look at the entire log from here. You can just change where it says store in the browser and put updates. And as you can see, we're adding a lot of features which we were mentioning to all of you. So you just have to, I recommend bookmarking the page and have a look once in a while in case you're wondering about what is going on in CleanCloud and what kind of features are going to be available to you. I'm now also just going to revert back. I see that a lot of you have been messaging here. I've also seen Marianne's been getting back to you, which is fantastic. So Marianne, in fact, if you can hear me, would you mind to start sharing that PDF also with our customers, and then we'll start to take some questions as well. Thank you, Marianne. Now I can actually see a PDF on my screen. Could everybody confirm to me if they see it as well? And we also want to know, because from what we've learned about this platform, there should be the ability for you guys to download it from the top right-hand side. But I just want to check that if that is the case, because we were trying to test this before, and I think it's because we were the organizers of this that we weren't able to. So I just want to check if this is indeed the case, and if it's a problem in terms of downloading it, no worries at all. We'll be able to share a link to it otherwise. Oh, Carlos can. Fantastic. Okay, perfect. Some people saying loading. Great, great, fantastic. Okay, seems Alex has been able to download and print it. Great. Well, in that case, at least I know it's working. So let's, in fact, if it's loading for some of you, just bear with the loading. It would be possible at least to download, which is the key part here. So, Sean, I also see any plans to improve the racking. We have added things related to the racking. This would depend also whether you are doing the racking in the plant or if you're doing it in store. But we have, for example, added, we have assisted assembly and automatic assembly as well if you're using a conveyor So we do have some things added to that. Were you aware of these already? And if so, we can, we can send over some information to you afterwards as well about these. Carlos, will my old data be saved on this new version? Yes, it will be. So when you're moving over to version 2, you will not have lost your new data. So it's just going to be like an update of the current system, but you will be able to keep that data. Is she sure for retail pickup? Sean, what we'll do for you, just so we can get a bit more details, is I'll make a note right now. We'll give you a call and see how best we can help you with this one, so that we get an efficient racking system for you in place. We have some options there. So again, we need to go over this, and we'll definitely reach out to you regarding this. Everybody else, how what other questions, in fact, do you have in mind? How did you find the webinar so far? Curious to see the laundry tab instead of dry cleaning. Bear in mind to everybody, you will get a recording of this session, by the way. So for anybody who's wondering if there's any section you want to have a look at, again, you will be able to do so. So you'll always be able to access this. Yep, let's have a quick look at the laundry one then. I'll just go back. Laundry, here you are. Laundry per pound is usually the most popular icon in this section. You can connect a USB weight scale if you need to as well. Otherwise, you can enter it if you don't have a USB weight scale. Great, Alex. Let us know if you have also any difficulties with moving over. We will obviously be with the PDF. You'll also have information there to check out whenever you need to as well. Obviously, you can reach out to us as well if you have any doubts. But also, oh, can everybody hear me? My audio got disconnected. Great. Great. So yes, Alex, we got the PDF there with the information of what you can do to get up to speed with everything. And also, I recommend, as I said in the webinar, there's a couple of videos, the new order and the life cycle of an order, that I'd strongly recommend sharing with your staff members, just so that they can get up to speed with everything if they're wondering about the changes to the placement of the things in the new version. Also, now I'm going to take another question, which is from Jeff. Jeff, with splitting orders, is this the same as adding tailoring onto a pair of pants that are also going for dry cleaning? This isn't exactly the same thing. With splitting orders, is more if you just need to have certain items delayed. Let's say your customer's expecting a pickup on a Friday, but you can't have the whole order complete until a Monday. But you might want to already give back, let's say, I don't know, a couple of those items already. So it's just a way for you to split the orders, to change around, when, let's say, some of the garments would get back to that customer if they need extra processing, for instance. For what you're looking to do, there are a couple of workarounds we have for that. And so one of them is related to the upcharges, which I believe also has had a slight shift in terms of how you apply them. What I'm going to do also, Jeff, for that is we'll reach out to you to discuss that. We'll try to figure out the best solution, because it can be quite specific, the workaround in terms of how you would prefer to operate. So we'll get back to you regarding that one as well. I've made a note of it. Great. Thank you, Jeff. Let's see. Can splitting tickets be used for redoing items, or items found with a stain in the last minute checkout. Yes, you could. In fact, so if you want to give, like I said, if you want to give part of the order back already, so you want to give 3 items out of 5, for example, or 3 items out of 4, that could be useful. Again, provided though that that order is on the clean page. It's absolutely crucial that that order is on the clean page. If not, if it's on the ready, you've already indicated that you've processed that order entirely. But if it is on the clean page, absolutely, you'd be able to split that ticket and add a detail to that splitted order. So you could say, for example, there's stains on it, and that would obviously justify the delayed due date. I hope that answers your question. Let's see. And also, Chris, I hope that answered your question as well. I saw that you asked the same one. Now, I see, Chris, also, will it print new tags with new identification? I'm assuming this is related to the heat seals. Could you confirm that to me? Will it print new tags with new ID? Yes, absolutely. So what will happen is that the order ID will have been changed, and therefore when you go then to print out the tags, which you'll always be able to do from the clean page, for example, from here, if I go to clean, from the printer icon, you can click on it and select print tags. Those will be printed with the correct order ID. So yes. Let's see now. Can we have the ability to tag a ready item for reclean where it uses the same ticket number so that the plant does not charge a second time under a new ticket number? To tag a ready item for reclean where it uses the same ticket number. This, Jeff, sounds like the splitting order in the plant mode. Which is very similar in terms of how it functions. But again, it depends on what stage of the process it is in the plant. If it is in the cleaning process, if it's okay, have the ready tag already item for clean. It's the same ticket number, so the plant does not charge. Tricky one. I'm going to have to figure out a workaround for that. Orders delivered back to the store. We find an issue with the item. Okay. Okay, what you could do for that is, yes, there is a way to deal with that. Yes. Okay, so what I would recommend for that, Jeff, is I'll go back to my account here. So have a look at my screen. So if I go here on the plant mode, my best suggestion for you regarding this would be to mark the orders when you're moving them to the next stage. For example, I'm going to update all of these. I would mark them as either delivered to store or driver taking to store without marking delivered. If you mark it as delivered, obviously, as you know, the orders are going to jump to the ready page in the stores account. So I recommend going to deliver to store or driver taking to store. Those are probably your best options for this, because if you do this, what will happen is that order is still going to appear on the clean page of your store account. And I think that would be the best option, because then when that order gets back to the store, you'll be able to have that last verification process just to see if everything is okay before sending it to the ready page, where you can't then go and do what you would need to do in that case for the order. So I'd recommend selecting deliver to store or driver taken to store. I believe on V1, the driver taken to store might not have been available. I'm just going to switch back to the chat now, and you can confirm if that is the case. So in fact, Jeff, if you want to then send it back, let me just show you quickly. And in fact, were you able to see my plant interface, or was it stuck on the stores interface, Jeff? All right, it's opened a new tab. I was only sharing that one. I think that's why. Okay, no worries. Okay, sorry about that. Going back to it. So now you should be seeing the plant interface. So for instance, yes, as I was saying, you'd update all, mark, for instance, to deliver to store, driver delivering to store, so that it doesn't jump on the ready page on the store's account. And then when I go back to the store account, you would find that order in clean. And from there, if you needed to send it back, you could, first you could split that order. So I could do that from here. Oh, these are all, sorry, these are some, here we go. So if I wanted to send back these ones here, these two shirts, could indicate those. Due date, let's say Friday. Big stains as the note. Split it. And so we know 3653 has been created. And then I could do from here. So from here, I could go clean, give back to driver, and then just find 3653. And here we go, mark that and submit. And that would send that order back to the client. I hope that helped. And also reach out, Jeff, if you need to go over that again. Great, thank you, Jeff. Way to remove pay by card and only have pay by card Evo's payment. Hi, Niall. Yes, you will be able to do that. The only thing is that for all of our customers who are doing pickups and deliveries, one important thing to note is that we are having an update to the pickup and delivery apps. So it's going to also have a new interface. And so because of that, our developers are not currently taking custom requests, but for something like that, we will be able to do so just once the app is developed, which should be coming very, very soon. So we can keep you posted regarding that. I'll make a note of your request too, so that we can then get that removed for you at the good time. Any other questions? Is any support going to continue for V1? Are you talking about customer support? If so, yes. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You absolutely will. Obviously, though, the best thing, Morgan, would be for you guys to transition, just so that with the updates and everything that comes through, that those occur. Also, I'm not sure if you're using Stripe, but it's currently not working on V1. So everybody on Stripe, in fact, using V1 has to move over to V2. So in terms of practicality, we definitely recommend moving over to V2. But yes, you would be able to get support for V1. Carlos, let's see. Carlos Lopez. Hi, Carlos. If a customer pays half in credit card and the other half in cash, what's the proper way to enter the payment? Okay, good question. In fact, for that, what we can do is we can go to here. I would need to set up the partial payment option. So I'll go menu, admin, store settings. Make sure the allow for partial payment is enabled. Update. And then from here, we would just go, for example, ahead, we select obviously first the customer, select some items, and then say, for instance, here with where it says, the upwards facing arrow, we click on it. It opens up this screen. I could say partial by cash, for example. This person has a lot of credit there, but anyway, the order's total is $8.50. So let's say $4 prepaid by cash, close, submit. And then you go ahead as usual, you go process the order, mark as cleaned, put on the rack, submit. And then here in ready, what will happen is when you click on payment, as you can see here, it says $8.50, $4 prepaid, and then you can select how you'd like the remaining amount to be paid. I could say pay by card. Okay. And that's been processed. No worries, Carlos. My pleasure. Let's see. If a customer has installed, and hi, Chris. If a customer has in-store credit, how is the best way to close the order? Let's see. If a customer's in-store credit, how's the best way to close the order? What do you mean by that? So, for example, I select the items for the order. Customer has $10 credit. I'm still not sure about that one. The credit will always be appearing, right? So if the order is $20, the $10 credit would mean that the order therefore is $10. And then you could just mark the correct payment option by cash, by card, whichever it may need to. But the system will always be keeping track of who has the credit and deducing that amount accordingly. Or am I misunderstanding? But once, for example, if I go back here, so Giuseppe, here we go. Giuseppe has, let's say I add here $5 credit. And if I just go ahead and quickly create an order, so it's discounting that amount. And the relevant price comes up for the payment immediately. Just double check. And then for closing the order, it's just on the ready page, right? So then you go ahead, mark it as cleaned. On the ready page, and then if this was a delivery order, so I just mark it as delivered. And that would close it out. So credit is credit is automatically applied then. It's going to no credit gets applied manually, so you'd have to add that from the new order screen. And to do that, you would go to here, new order. You'd bring up the customer, and then the edit pencil will be appearing as a button to the right. You just click on that, and you can add credit from here. No worries, Jeff. I see also Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Are you planning to partner with any other payment company? Well, that's going to depend which country are you from, Patricia? Canada. I believe that might be the case from what I've heard. What I can do regarding that is I can basically get in touch with my colleague who would know a bit more about these things and have her reach out to you with that information. And Jeff, is that also for Canada? Great. Okay, so for both of you then, I will make a note and we'll get back to you. Also, Alex, I'll add you to the list. Okay, let's see. Alex. Okay. And Jeff. Fantastic. Can we use gift cards with CleanCloud? With CleanCloud, the best way would really be, yes, I suppose. Well, what you could do is you'd either have to apply credit, or if not, you could otherwise create a promo code, which would be visible in store. And you would just click on that promo code to apply the discount whenever they present you with that gift card, for instance. Chris, let's see, Chris. Customers install, customers $20 in credit. The order is $15. Do I close it out as cash at zero? The system will keep track of that. So if it is $15, that means that the next time the customer has 5 credit remaining. Yes. There we go. My colleague there, Darren, has reached out with some information regarding the payment processing options. And the good news there is that Clearant will be launching early next year. So that will be another option there for you guys too. Sean, currently we are in the US. We are partnered with Clearant, so there are no other. It's our preferred payment processor, and we basically linked up with them around July. So there won't be any other options in the near future regarding that, unfortunately, in the US. And also, as you're looking from my colleague Darren there, thank you for your contribution. You can still use any credit card provider. Obviously, in terms of the integrated options, Clearance and Stripe are the ones available for now. Let's see, Jeff. So we couldn't sell a customer a $20 gift card. Customer uses the card until their balance reaches zero on the gift card. Let's see. Yes, I mean, well, basically the card. What I would say, Jeff, regarding that is if they come to you with a $20 gift card, that'll be useful insofar as when you receive it, you just manually input that $20 amount in the add credit field. But once that's done, then the system will be, we'll be able to keep track of everything from there. Okay, I see another question in from Alex. Is integration with QuickBooks Online going to be live with V2? That's a very good question. I am going to have to get back to you on that one, though. Let's see, Alex. QuickBooks. I know there's been some updating that's happened for the QuickBooks integration, so yes, we'll get back to you with that. Thank you there, Jeff. Let's see, John. Hi, John. Did you say that in version 2, Evo payments won't be integrated with CleanCloud? Here we go. Oh, my colleague Darren's already got back to you. Yes, and the answer is in fact yes. Let's see. Oh, Jeff also interested in the QuickBooks. And also Morgan. Let's see. Okie dokie. Let's see. Great. Also Yvonne. Great. Okay, I'm just trying to keep tab of all of this. Great. Great. Paid. Great. Any other questions? Are the item icons customizable image upload, or are they set with those icons? Great question. So yes, they are. In fact, I can show you where you can do that. If I go here, I go to menu, products, and then at the bottom it says add custom product icons, and you can upload your own from here. Absolutely. No worries at all. Any more questions? Thank you there, Marianne. Yes, also feel free to do so if you're wondering about any follow-up questions. Okay, I see a couple of people are typing, so I'll wait for those to come through. Patricia, is there any live chat available? In general, yes, absolutely. Yes, there is. You can absolutely reach out, and when there is the live chat option, we'll post the link for you. Let's see. Carlos, when downloading sales on a custom date range, is it possible to have pieces in that info? So you, for example, let me double check that one, in fact. Oops, sorry. Okay. If not, what I would recommend is otherwise going for the checking the revenue one, just in case you didn't see it in there. It might be in the other one. Just going to export this. Let's have a look. So I see, for example, in the order summary, it will say to you how many items there are. It will list you the items by section as well, the amount. And if not, what you would probably want is otherwise to open the items. Actually, the items report should be a bit better. If I go here, items. Let's see. Yes, the items one will be much better for you. If you go to that one, it says the pieces per product. So you get exactly the correct breakdown for that, Carlos. My pleasure, Carlos. Okay, so Yvonne, so I missed the beginning. How exactly do I download this? Will I be sent a link? And when is this going to be available? I'm sorry if you already explained it. No worries at all. So if you've been late for it, no problem. You will, in fact, be able to access this. In fact, this is our first webinar actually using this platform. If I'm not mistaken, you'll get emailed it out. And if it's not automatic, we will make sure that it is emailed out. So no worries at all there. Same for you, Antonio. Yes, obviously that the same answer applies. And is it possible to send messages to clients with a promo through the app? So what you would be able to do is I would recommend for that to use our SMS marketing or our email marketing so that you can send them a promo code, which you would already be able to create in the app section. In fact, I can show you that quickly on my screen. So I would go, for instance, here, SMS. I could say send to all customers, for example. Hi, we currently have a 20% discount on all orders placed through our customer app. Please use promo code 20new to get the discount. So this is obviously just a generic message. You could send it out to all customers or specify by segments. If not for email marketing, that would need to be, we'll send you some information over regarding that. But then you could also just go here to menu, admin, app, promo codes, and you can add a promo code from here. So you could just say, call it whatever you need, 20 new. You could apply as a discount only for one order or for all future orders. Apply the percentage, 20. Set an expiry date if you need to, or if not, otherwise no. Add the promo code. And then when they have the option in the app, according to your settings, show promo code on sign up or when they're placing an order, then they'll be able to input that keyword for the promo code so that they can then get that discount. I hope that helped, Antonio. Okay. Let's see. Full reports. No problem, Antonio. My pleasure. So, Ahmed, hi Ahmed. Can we customize the access to metrics for the user? Like give them only daily sales, not the full reports. It's a good question. The only thing is that for the metrics page, we only deny or give access to a specific user, so we can't filter these specific reports, unfortunately. Great, Sean. I'm glad you've enjoyed that. A lot of people also like to use that for adding Google reviews or Yelp reviews as well. So give them a nice tailored message for that first order too. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Antonio, we are planning, in fact, on having more webinars. We will keep you all posted, obviously via the intercom, so we will let you know about those. We've got some coming quite soon, so there will be things also about specific features you might be interested in. So obviously, we're going to be hoping to see you guys there as well. Okay, I'm going to just take now the last questions, and we have to then wrap this up. Anybody got a last question? Obviously, I hope you found this useful so far. When will the migration be applied? So Carlos, in fact, that's something that you can actually do whenever you need to. We just obviously recommend the migration, especially for people using Stripe. If that's not your case, you could, in theory, continue using Store 1, but we recommend using Store 2. We give the explanation at the very beginning of the video. I can just show you very quickly how to do that. So in your system, when you go to the admin section, and then you go to the store settings, you're going to find it at the very bottom of the store settings where it says CleanCloud version, and you just need to apply 2.0 and then update. You're not going to be forced to do so. It's up to you, but again, much preferable to do so you can take advantage of all the great features you guys are obviously subscribed for. You guys are more than welcome. I'm very happy. Thanks for the nice messages. This is our first webinar. I think it's been quite successful. So we will obviously keep you posted for any new sessions as well. Also, Jeff, I don't know if Marianne is still there. Stripe now, sorry, bear with me. Marianne, are you still there? Just double checking. Note that one. Great, Jeff. Okay, I'll just tell Marianne to reach out to you then, and we can go over all of that. Great, thank you, Jeff. Okay, so for everybody else, okay, let's see. Are you planning to have more payment modes? Base, Stripe, example, PayPal. We do already have an option for PayPal, if I'm not mistaken. Payments. Yeah, PayPal is already an option. If you go to the payment section, it will give you some information there, and then just reach out to us there if you have any more questions. No worries, Antonio. I hope for everybody else, everything is good. As I said, we're going to wrap this up right now. Thank you all again for attending. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for participating in our first ever CleanCloud webinar. More to come. We'll keep you posted via intercom. And for any more questions, let us know. And, we're obviously here to help support, obviously. And, you've obviously got Marianne's link there from before as well. So thank you. Thank you very much again for your time. And we'll hear from you soon. Thank you.